Hey everyone, you all just Payne Langford here. Just want to come on and give you an update. Woke up, just a little bit ago, right around 4. Had a bad dream, and rightfully so. I'm glad I was woken up, so I can come in here, give you an update on these storms. A pretty nasty line. It's moving really fast too. So let's give you an update. First, we'll go through a Howell Heating Cooling Mega Doppler tour. So it's just moving east of Tulsa, and we'll go to the latest frame so kind of get an idea of what's going on. Starting to bow out a little bit, so it probably will pick up, a little bit of steam through here. But I mean, just zooming in, a lot of this line is tornado warning. You see that red warning right there, and then a severe thunderstorm warning as well. That's that orange. So it's moving just towards the northeasterly motion. I'll show you the track in just a second. But man, pretty strong line of storms here. Definitely some heavy rain behind it as well. So we'll go in and give you the latest kind of track on this. So it is moving rather fast, and it is going to start moving pretty fast as it starts to bow out here, so to speak. So, excuse me, it is going to start picking up speed here as it inches closer, which kind of means it's also kind of gusting out. Now, it's still going to be fairly strong. We have to watch for those QLCS tornadoes, especially when it starts to bow, because that could have part of the line be more favorable for tornadoes. And one of the things we're watching is definitely that shear vector, that 0 to 3 kilometer shear vector, which is the rotation with height, with thunderstorms, and we're definitely watching for any rotation. So look at the comments real quick here. Yeah, anybody awake? It's good. Thunderstorm warning got lifted. Probably will get reissued. Jeremy, yeah, just noticed that as well. This line has had a history of producing tornadoes. But just kind of want to give you the heads up. It is just off to our west, about to start entering, Sequoia County, Adair, Delaware County. So we'll go back to Mega Doppler here. And there you see it kind of starting to bow out. Tornado warning. Tornado warning for. Who's that for? Severe thunderstorm warning for Delaware, Adair County. So they just kind of reissued that. So that'll be popping up here on the screen. Yeah, wind's definitely starting to pick up here in a little bit. And what caught a lot of people by surprise, and what normally does, is these kind of events that are a lot faster, and this surprises models too. So Southwest flow, models really have a bad handle on that, and I'll show you what I mean here. So we'll just go to a 3-kilometer graph model, which updates every hour. I mean, look at this. This is way off as opposed to what's going on. This is pretty much what's going on. This is 6 o'clock. So, yeah, this model's not getting a great handle on things. Probably won't get a great handle on the stratiform rain behind it. So that's something to keep in mind, especially with these southwest flow patterns. Storm coming through Fayetteville. Yes, it will be coming through Fayetteville in just a little bit. And yes, not Dan. He'll probably be in here before too long. I just woke up. I live in Lowell, so I had to make a quick trek down, but it was warranted. It definitely is warranted with this nasty line of storms on the way. So kind of show you kind of the latest track and where this might be going. So I'm going to throw on Mega Doppler here real quick while I make a new track. They say a severe thunderstorm warning. It's moving 50 miles per hour. So it's pretty fast moving line of storms here. Let me just draw a new track real quick. Give me just a second. Not 550. All right. All right. All right. New track on it for you here. So Pineville, in Southwest Missouri, 551. Fayetteville at 558, and it'll probably be adjusted, by a minute or so, depending on the speed. But right around 6 o'clock in Fayetteville, Poto 622, St. Paul 645, and Branson, and then all the way to Springfield at 719. But Tahlequah right about to come rocking through you. I'm actually gonna look up and down this line real quick, see if there's anything that might be a little suspect of any tornado potential. What in the world? Huh. I don't know if there's something wrong with this radar specifically, but I'm not. Oh, there we go. It wouldn't let me load storm relative velocity. This is definitely some pretty strong wind gusts here. I mean, we're talking 70 plus miles per hour. So definitely some very strong wind gusts. Nothing reaches out to me or is nothing seems out of the ordinary with this line of storms with any little embedded rotation. We'll look at normalized rotation. There is a little bit down here. This is where kind of the stronger rotation is, but for the most part, nothing is really concerning. This is correlation coefficient, kind of shows distribution of what's in the air, so to speak. And if there's debris in the air, that's where you see the dark blue, because that means the correlation coefficient means they have no correlation. So that means the object, the raindrops and debris have no correlation. So that's where you see the dark blue correlation coefficient drop associated with tornadoes and debris. So nothing really stands out with this. Something else we can look at is what's called spectrum width. You see it's very turbulent, kind of right along the main part of the line. So again, nothing really stands out as of right now. And then this tornado warning expires here in about 3 minutes. But it's something that was capable of producing tornadoes. I mean, it has previously prompted a lot of tornado warnings that you see in the through the Tulsa metro area. Yeah, weather radio woke you up. Yeah, storms have been really rowdy overnight. I know. I saw the first thing I woke up. When I checked my phone, I checked radar scope, and then I checked Twitter, and I saw all the damage in Oklahoma City, I believe. And I was like, whoa, this is a pretty nasty line. So definitely something to watch for. See, I'm just looking at some of the comments. To make decisions, is it going to be strong for Fayetteville? It will be a fairly strong line of storms. Again, you can see it starting to bow out, so this is going to start to speed up before it does eventually weaken. But it'll get pretty nasty. As far as actual tornado threat, it's possible. Here's kind of something I would do. If you normally take shelter in a closet that normally has things in it, probably at least get a head start and get stuff out of the closet, just so that way, if there is tornado warning, or not even a tornado warning, if you hear me say something about possible tornado, you're able to jump right into shelter. Okay, Firefly. Yeah, I see your comment. A big chunk of tree landed on a motorcycle in the parking lot just outside my apartment half hour ago. I was about to ask where you were, but then you say Tulsa. Kind of look at some of the comments here. Bentonville going to get anything? Yes, Bentonville will get the strong winds, and you see kind of the stronger part of the line, the top half, if you will. Um, excuse me, was producing tornadoes, so I'll have to watch for that pretty closely here. Whoop. Terrible. Let's see, what was that? Erica, so am I gonna have a terrible drive to get home to NWA from Branson in a bit? Well, kind of depends on when you're leaving. I think, if you're leaving right now, it probably will be pretty nasty. But if you leave probably 8, 9, might be a little bit better. Probably have some uh, good amount of rain with that. Is this hail producing? So we can take a look at the maximum estimated hail size real quick. And this has upgraded to considerable. So what that means, it's, just a little bit stronger. I can kind of show you kind of what that means here. Let me pull it up. Where is it? Probably had to delete it. Change of workspaces. So we'll look at maximum estimated hail size with this. Not a ton of hail. So biggest hail here is, 0.3 inches. So that's not even inch size. So this is mainly severe for those strong winds. Like we're talking 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So it's definitely really strong. Somebody's running in here right now. That sounds like Dan Scoff. What's up?
I didn't know you're here already.
Yep.
I got Jacob coming in 5 minutes.
Okay. So this has upgraded to considerable, which is a 70-mile-per-hour winds. Hail not really a threat with this, but we got to watch for any spin, associated with this storm. And one thing, you can look at is what's called the mesoanalysis. You probably hear us bring it up a lot, but we watch for that shear vector. And if that starts getting what we call oriented with the line, definitely have to watch for any embedded spin in the atmosphere here, because this is pretty strong.
Tornado warning out west?
Yes, it expired at 11Z or 5 o'clock.
It's like basically now.
Yeah, 3 minutes ago. Yeah, Jeremy, they just warn the whole thing. They kind of do that sometimes, that the whole line is kind of spinning. They'll warn the whole thing. We kind of saw something similar. I don't know if you remember May 7th into May 8th. A lot of people often forget that because, May 26th happened. But there were 7 tornadoes on the ground at once, all along I-49. Definitely, they just warned the whole line with that. So pretty crazy here on this Sunday morning. So I'll go ahead and put another track on it here for you. But again, moving about 50 miles per hour, so it is pretty strong. Zoom out, get the whole line. All right. So here's kind of the latest track, so to speak. You can see, obviously, Tahlequah pretty much right now. Fayetteville 601 still, Cassville 628, 640 Ozark, 707 in Branson, and 718 in Springfield. One thing that has kind of stuck out to me, at least looking here on our graphic system radar, is this little kind of almost like an indentation, so to speak. That's the only suspect part along this line that I've been watching. And for the most part, we're just seeing those 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So that's kind of a good thing. That's the only suspect part, but definitely watching as the system will start to bow. The top half will become a little bit more favorable with that shear vector, and that's where we're going to have to watch the spin in the atmosphere to see that.
You have a mic by any chance?
I do not have a mic.
Okay.
You see that top half of that line, so to speak, is what has had all the tornado warnings. So as this becomes a little bit more like this, we'll have to watch that shear vector. If it's perpendicular, that's where you can see those little spin ups. So that's something to watch for. We have our very own Doug Warner out in Oklahoma City up right now. This line produced major damage, southeastern part of the damage. Major damage in Oklahoma City. Yes, definitely saw a lot of that waking up, looking on Twitter this morning. Clifty area 7 to 9. You know, if it moves through a little bit, beyond that, it's still going to have some stratiform rain behind it. So something to keep in mind. Thank you. One will hit Northwest Arkansas. Tiffany might have just missed the track. I'll throw it on there again. Again, moving about 50 miles per hour, so it's pretty strong. Was moving at 55 earlier. So there's the track for you. Fayetteville, right about 6 o'clock. A little bit before that, Bella Vista at 5:50. Concord 5:20, which is in just about 15 minutes. St. Paul 6:38. And you'll have the southern part of the line too. So just kind of keep that in mind. Springfield 7:12.
Winds are crazy out there right now.
Yeah, Dana, watching from a few streets over from where the Prairie Grove tornado just went through. Anything to worry about there? Not necessarily. Not for the time being. It doesn't look like you'll have anything to worry about other than straight line winds. These damaging winds, about gusts up to 70 miles per hour. That is something that you might run into. But as far as tornado threat, not super concerned about it as of right now. But we're watching it pretty close.
You been here all night?
No, I woke up from like a bad dream at like 4. And then I saw the line. I was like,
whoa,
someone's gonna be here.
Yeah.
Like I know I wasn't supposed to be here, but I just felt obligated to.
Well, that's good. It hasn't moved into our viewing area yet, but it's about to be real soon.
I mean, it's already
It's in
Delaware County. Back to Howling, including Mega Doppler. And then I also saw the tornado watch in Delaware County, in Adair County. I was like,
I saw that too.
I was like, yeah, we gotta be
like,
in here.
Jacob, it's time to come in.
Yeah.
So he'll be in here real soon. We'll be able to just go wall to wall on this.
In Gentry, do I need to take shelter with my kiddos? So, man, I feel like this was a good idea, and Dan kind of brought this to my attention unintentionally a few days ago. If you have a closet that has stuff in it, and that's where you normally take shelter, I would at least get ready. Take stuff out of the closet. That way, because this thing is going to be pretty sudden, so you're able to just hop in there real fast if need be. So that's kind of the line of advice I would take. Tornadoes in Rogers at the moment, no tornado warnings associated with this line, but because it has had a history of producing tornadoes, we'll definitely have to watch that. And we'll definitely have to.
There's been a couple of lines.
Watch this too.
What's the 0 to 3 kilometer shear length?
40, 45.
Yeah. Is it line normal?
Well, it will be pretty line normal with that kind of top half of the line here in a little bit as it starts to surge a little forward. For the most part, it's not super oriented.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a lot of CAPE or convective available potential energy.
It's close, but
it's pretty close.
Anytime that line surges, kind of like what was up here.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole thing is balanced. The UDCZ is pretty much balanced all the way up and down. Jacob's in here.
NWA is not technically under a tornado watch. There's a tornado watch that does back up to I thought I had watches on here. That does back up to Delaware and Adair County in eastern Oklahoma. I'll show you that in a second. But right now, we're just expecting pretty damaging winds here.
Did you tell the River Valley that they're more cold pool dominated? So the tornado threat's pretty lower in the River Valley with the line.
There you go.
Extended northeast to southwest. You probably already did.
I mean, I just been more honed in on Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah.
So everybody's
asking about the River Valley.
There's a tornado watch that includes Delaware, Adair, and Sequoia County. That goes until 9 a.m.
You can turn on the monitors. Yeah. You want to set up like
Go back to Mega Doppler with the cam here. What's the expected wind gusts? About 70 miles per hour possible. We've definitely kind of seen that before, and it's pretty damaging winds too. Silent Springs City Code Red. That's good. That's good. They're sending out information to kind of get you ready. Yeah, you have your mic plugged in. You don't drive.
I know. Mike's 2 and 7. Mike's 2
2
and 7, and for
Yes.
now, yeah, we
2
might
and
have
7
a
for now.
different one.
We're just gonna get ready for a live update, cutting into anyone that may be trying to tune into TV and might not be on the live stream. So just kind of bear with us for just a little bit.
Did you hop on everything, Peyton? Are you
Yeah.
streaming on everything?
Should be.
Perfect.
Didn't even realize I forgot to tie.
Well, I forgot my tornado tie at the house. So Camp Tornado.
All right, good. That's good.
Not knowing if weather's going to follow those orders, but
Right.
do you
Yeah,
have any
that's-
Mesonet reports? That would be nice to know. We should have. I'm going to get on Slack and see what they have
Okay.
for Mesonet reports.
Yeah, open up Slack. I'm gonna look at some of the cameras here. Those low level clouds are absolutely racing.
They're moving it.
Woo. Real low too.
Yeah.
Apparently we've been recording Lincoln and Posey for 2 days. Or yeah, a little over a day. I know.
Well,
I stopped and made a new one
keep it. Yeah.
just so you can find stuff easier.
Might be from that sunset the other night.
Yeah. Okay, just bear with us for a minute. Getting ready for the live stream or live cut-ins.
So thankfully, at the moment, there are no tornado warnings, but I could see that part of the line that's coming into Northwest Washington County becoming warned.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a TVS. You can kind of see a little bit of a line surge just to the south of Tahlequah. We'll go ahead and do some storm tracking and stuff like that for you. I'm gonna put this on full here.
Yeah.
That way you don't see the camera and stuff like that. Man, that is one intense line. And I don't know if you saw the risk on the day 2, but there's a hatched area for tornadoes up and down eastern Oklahoma and western Arkansas.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen it?
Nope.
I'm going to show people real quick. This is going to be a busy couple of days. Look at this. Here's the day 2, which is a large enhanced.
I knew they were going to go enhanced.
And then watch this. Yeah.
Oh, that's
That's
over our area
That's
too.
no bueno.
Yeah.
And the damaging wind threat is up there too. So
And again, this is not for now.
no.
This is for Monday night to Tuesday.
Yeah. This is for now, which shows you that the tornado threat does drop off, but it still remains. So that's why we got to watch this line closely.
And it's had a history of producing tornadoes in Oklahoma City and Southwest Oklahoma. Doug chimed in because he was out there watching his son play,
Yeah, he was driving through.
and
it,
he
wasn't
popped in here
Okay.
and said there's a bunch of damage.
I was seeing that last night before I went to bed. There were just tornado warnings everywhere, up and down the entire line. I was like,
I went to bed as soon as the Aggies fourth quarter started. I was like, come on.
yeah,
That's
well,
embarrassing. Can't win them all.
Arkansas game wasn't good either. So, yep. All right, well, go ahead. You got a mic on? Nice, awesome. Got a mic. He's good.
You want to track?
Yeah, let's go ahead and we'll do a track. I'm going to bring up weather 2. We'll leave it on Mega Doppler real quick. Yes, just to let you know, Kat, we are expecting high winds. There's no doubt about that. That's probably going to be the predominant threat. In fact, you see this severe thunderstorm warning that's on there. This is a considerable severe thunderstorm warning. No, you won't be seeing anything in downtown yet because the line is still west. But the lightning is going to be on the increase. I already saw some flashes. It's not a super highly electrified storm, it looks like.
Got a track for you.
All right. And we're going to bring that up on Weather 1. Check this out as we're getting ready. So this entire line is going to be basically moving through parts of the area. The more dangerous part of the line, as they've just updated, is going to be in northwest Arkansas. So we're talking Benton and Washington County going to be under the gun. This is going to be a little bit of an early morning rude awakening for some. Severe weather season, yeah, number 2. No kidding.
Yeah.
Tragic game. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to yeah, you put on whatever you need. Shout out to Peyton for being in here. That's pretty amazing. Dropped the ball for warnings in Oklahoma. They had a lot of warnings, I saw. Maybe they were already after the tornadoes happened. You know, that's a good question, Trey. Should we evacuate from mobile home and War Eagle? You know, this line, 70-mile-an-hour winds can tip over a mobile home, so it might not be a bad idea. I'm still wondering how this line is going to basically, you know, remain intact as it moves in. It looks like it will. It will be on a weakening trend as it gets farther deeper into northwest Arkansas. But I don't see a whole lot of 0 to 3 kilometer Cape either, Zach. So,
No.
but it's definitely some strong winds, and the most dangerous portion of the line is going to be right here. So I'm going to bring up. So there's the track for you as this line is moving approximately 55 miles an hour. It looks like. Yeah, moving east at 50 miles an hour. This extreme, what do you think, Zach? I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to just have a game plan to evacuate from War Eagle, from the campground.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the storm's coming in fast. I was just outside. The winds.
They're
starting to
crazy.
Pick up.
Yeah, they're real
Cozy
strong.
camera. Wait, is it locked up?
No, it's moving. Yeah, you can see it moving. Bring up Lincoln. The Lincoln one is a closer one. So looking off to the west.
Oh, campers at Natural Falls.
I know. The camper is not a good idea.
Not a good weekend to be camping, especially.
Well, are you ready?
We're about to go wall to wall.
Yeah. What the? There's that power ball here.
I'm gonna get NWS chat up.
Yeah.
Do you have it on weather too? What? Go ahead here and pull up NWS chat.
Zach, mic on?
Nope. Mic check 1, 2, 3. Zach's mic on right now. Mic 4. I think.
I got you, Zach. Jacob
So
got
we're
me.
just getting ready to do constant severe weather coverage. Just started hitting downtown Bentonville. That's going to be the winds ahead of the line. So the line ahead of the line is coming.
Jacob, got me. Dan, mic on.
Yeah. Let me turn it on.
Can you hear me, Jacob?
Check, 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 check.
All right, Dan's checking. Dan, check one more time.
Yep, check, check, check.
All right.
It lagged me out of Slack. Oh, I hate that stuff. I was like, you know, it hasn't logged me out in a while.
Bentonville and Rogers, probably around 5 555-ish. So I'd say Bentonville probably closer to 550. Rogers probably maybe closer to 6.
These winds are already picking up in Benton County, Washington County.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what people are
60,
saying
70.
too.
You can see on the velocity scan.
How far out ahead of the line is
Really?
the winds?
How far out ahead?
Yeah.
Pretty far. The winds are already into.
So is that the gust front? No,
No.
that's just the response to the winds. Remember though, that's the radar aloft too.
Yeah.
But still, that is suspect right there. Look at the line surge. Look at the descending
Oh, yeah.
reflectivity core, and the
Yeah.
line is oriented northwest to southeast, which
Yeah,
is
we've been seeing these
which is
spin ups
perpendicular.
when the line kind of orients itself
I'll show you what we're talking
in
about
that
here.
direction.
We're talking about this part of the line that's starting to be. Yeah, put your password.
Yeah, I know. I'm over
Oh,
here.
okay, yeah. So this is kind of what we're looking at is this part of the line is oriented north and south. What we call balance means it's primed for strong weather and the spin in the atmosphere. So watching it closely because it could have some embedded spins. I'll show you the normalized rotation. See this whole line, pretty much this whole top half of the line is rotating. And so that's why we're watching for any possible tornado threat, any embedded circulations. There you have a new severe thunderstorm warning that includes Benton and Washington County, storm moving east at 50 miles per hour. And that's for the strong wind gusts. See if it has any wind gusts.
All right, Jacob, whenever you're ready, we're ready to go on here. Yeah, all channels. It's an early morning. It's a substantial severe weather, and it's early in the morning. So yeah, we definitely need to do all of them. Let's start in the weather lab.
Stand by. We're
All
about to
three of
do
us.
a live cut in on all 3 of our channels: KNWA, Fox 24, and KXNW. And then we just kind of follow along through the stream. A lot of lightning. Woo.
Wait, hold on just a sec. Hold on just a sec. Let me just do a different storm track real fast.
That's good. You guys got the notification. Didn't want to do a silent push because I wanted people to wake up.
Still going east 50 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Yep.
Next hour. Do this.
Just kind of look at some of the comments here.
Yeah, monitor those for sure because those are going to be firsthand reports. Okay, we're ready.
All right. Stand by, guys.
Hi, everyone. Chief Meteorologist Dan Scoff, Meteorologist Peyton Langford, who's been here a good portion of the morning tracking these storms. We got a Facebook Live. We've got a live stream. We've got severe weather. Zach, you were looking at this severe weather last night, very concerned about it, and now these storms are rolling in.
Yeah, been tracking this line all day, and now it's here.
Yeah, so here we go. We've got severe thunderstorm warning, and we've been doing this live stream in anticipation of this storm. Peyton, you launched this about a half hour ago.
Yeah, around 4:30.
Yeah, so we've had multiple tornado warnings out west in Oklahoma. We don't have a tornado warning, but we do have a severe thunderstorm warning that's considerable.
Yep.
Could have winds up to 70 miles an hour. We're going to take you through this on this early Sunday morning. This is going to not be the first round of severe weather, too. I mean, this is not going to be the last. We've got multiple rounds that are going to be ahead. Very, very active system.
Yeah.
Zach, some of the stuff you were looking at last night, you were seeing these storms coming in, and this is a little bit ahead of schedule, too.
Yeah, we've been seeing those the dynamics starting to work their way back in this morning. So we're doing this because, again, we have a considerable severe storm, 70 mile per hour straight line winds, but we also could see a spin-up tornado along that line.
Yeah, anywhere along that line in the northwest Arkansas area, very favorable. We'll get to it. Let's bring this up full. We'll first of all start with a storm track on live Doppler radar. And we got multiple sources of, views from these cameras rolling in. And you can see the lightning and you can see the wind starting to pick up as well. We've got 70-mile-an-hour winds that are being reported just to the west of Tahlequah. That was about 5 o'clock, so 4:55. So this storm has the capability of producing 70-mile-an-hour winds along it. That's why you see that considerable severe thunderstorm warning. Winds are definitely starting to pick up too. And Peyton has been monitoring this. Peyton, what are some of the things that people have been mentioning on our live stream?
Plenty of strong winds, definitely really gusty. There's someone just outside of the Tulsa area who had a big tree fall down on a neighbor's motorcycle and just absolutely crushed it. So this is definitely some pretty strong winds taking down some big old heavy trees. And one thing we've really noticed over the last little bit is this line becoming more north to south oriented. So, it's kind of getting a little stronger as it's starting to surge, but that does mean, eventually we'll be on that weakening trend. It's kind of getting worse before it can get better, but we're watching throughout this line any QLCS tornado potential. Definitely something worth watching. So kind of going through the storm track you see on your screen here. Fayetteville about 6 o'clock, Mountainburg 6:10, Cassville 6:20, St. Paul 6:32, Ozark in 6:46. So if you kind of live in between those checkpoints, you can kind of interpolate some times there. But definitely notice some very strong winds with this as well. And, still seeing that severe thunderstorm warning, that considerable severe thunderstorm warning for strong winds. I mean, we're talking wind gusts 70 miles per hour have been reported. So definitely pretty strong, Dan.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got to remember, too, we don't have daylight saving time anymore. So we had that end last night into early this morning. 2 o'clock in the morning, the clocks flipped back 1 hour. Now we've got daylight that's going to be an hour later. So we're going to be in the dark a little longer than what you experienced on Saturday morning when it was already starting to be dusk at around a little before 7 o'clock. Now it's going to be dark 6:37. So we've got about an hour and a half before things start lighting up and we're able to have visual. There is a lot of lightning. We can go to weather too if we can, and we'll check this out and you'll see. Here's a look at our PG Telco WeatherBug Network camera. Winds starting to pick up. Occasional lightning. It's not super highly electrified, but there definitely is lightning with this line. And keep in mind, it's just now approaching the western border of the Arkansas state line. So very, very intense storm. Here's again a look at the potential areas that might have a little bit of rotation. There's no tornado warning, but I wouldn't be surprised along that line if there is something that's issued. This right here, when Peyton was talking about being balanced is where you have basically the leading edge of the shear and the cold pool behind it, and they're balanced, which creates vertical updraft. So anywhere along this line from north to south, you have that potential for what we call QLCS tornadoes. They're mesovortices that spin up embedded within the line. We also have a lot of heavy rain that's going to be falling behind this line, that stratiform rain behind an intense line of storms. But multiple severe thunderstorm warnings, one that covers all of Benton and Washington County except for the eastern portion of the county. And it looks like a new alert is coming out here soon. We'll check that out and see what we got. So we got that weather radio going off. That's a great source of waking up and letting you know about what's going on. And we also have a tornado watch that's just west of us. We'll take a look at that. But this is a look at live Doppler radar. Intense line of storms moving eastward, 50 miles an hour. So it's not going to take long here over the next few minutes for this to cross over Benton and Washington County. So we'll continue to monitor those comments as it approaches Siloam Springs. We'll bring up that WeatherBug Network camera and take a look at what it looks like. But there's that severe thunderstorm warning for another half hour. That goes through the central portion of Benton and Washington County. So it just shows you how fast this storm is moving. Siloam Springs is going to have a really good view of this line of storms. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to bring that up real quick. We're going to pop up that camera image as we're looking west, and we'll see if we can see any occasional lightning with it. But Zach, let's do another storm track on this as we're looking at this, monitoring the latest information. It's just before 5:30 in the morning on Sunday, an intense line of storm, Zach, as that comes across the border.
Yep, just about to get to that. Take weather one. Now, before we get to that, that beeping you heard, that was a extension of that tornado watch, and now includes a whole bunch of our counties. Washington County, Benton County have been included in that watch, and so has Franklin County and Madison County. So if you were in that yellow shade, that is a tornado watch going through 9 a.m. this morning. And here's that track. So again, we're looking at, with this line, we're seeing those considerable damaging winds. So it's not your general severe storm here. We're talking winds up to 70 miles per hour. Now, that can cause damage, and winds like that, you definitely want to think about going to your safe place when we're seeing winds this strong. And we can see the arrival time of those winds. This line is moving pretty quick, moving around 50 miles per hour. Moving east, we can see Sallisaw, the arrival of these winds around 5:32 in the morning. So pretty shortly, if not already right now. And keep in mind that the arrival time of these winds might actually be a little bit earlier than what these times show. Pineville, 5:48 a.m. Bella Vista, around 5:54. Fayetteville area, around 6:02 a.m. Mountainburg, 6:12 a.m. And 6:23, the Cassville area, Berryville around 6:42, Ozark around 6:48. So we're going to be on these storms as we go throughout the morning hours, still monitoring the leading edge of this line for any signs of rotation. Now, what I'm going to do is right now I'm going to take a closer view looking at the Northwest Arkansas area, showing you Benton and Washington County, because those are the counties that are under the gun right now as these winds are really starting to pick up. We've been monitoring social media, been hearing comments about people noticing these winds pick up, and a little bit of a circulation is being indicated on Ohio Heating and Cooling Mega Doppler in Adair County around the Stillwell area. So we're going to have to be watching that closely. We can see here is a measure of the particles in the atmosphere, the speed of those. So velocity data is starting to see a little bit of maybe some orange shades in there. Now, those are winds approaching 80 miles per hour. So keep in mind, these winds are a little bit high up in the atmosphere. So the winds might be a little bit overdone, but we're still definitely talking about these straight line 70 mile per hour wind gusts on the leading edge of this line. And as we zoom in, we're looking for any signs of circulation right now around that Stillwell area. We can see a little bulge in that line. When the line kind of orients itself in that more of a west to east direction, that's what we're concerned with, because it kind of lines up with that shear vector. And we've been tracking this line. We saw multiple tornado warnings off to our west, and that's why we're on this storm. That's why we're on this line as we go throughout the morning. And again, we're going to see some heavy rain. So along with this threat for the tornadoes, flash flooding, that's going to be a main concern, because this is some pretty heavy rain, and we're not going to be done with the rain this morning. Beyond this, we're going to be seeing another round of heavy rain move through during the afternoon, and then Monday is going to be seeing some heavy rain too. So just a very active pattern, and we are monitoring NWS chat. We're looking at our cameras, and if we see any signs of that circulation intensifying, we're going to let you know about that. But as of right now, we're just tracking this severe storm warning. Just one severe storm warning. It's that big polygon. It does include Benton, Crawford, and Washington County, portions of Adair County and Delaware County, and a little bit of Sequoia County. So big line coming through this morning, and it definitely looks mean. And that's why we're on these storms first thing this morning as we go back to standard time. So that sun is going to be rising at around 6:30. So we're going to see some sun a little bit earlier during the day, which is good, so we can get a better view of this line and see any potential lowerings. But as of right now, not sure, Dan, if you're seeing anything, but definitely looking at any activity out ahead of this line, because what we saw last Wednesday night, if we have any cell interactions, that could rotate quickly. So monitoring any activity out ahead of that line, and of course that line itself.
Yeah, absolutely. You brought up a point that how you were saying it's going to get lighter earlier, and that's exactly what I got backwards. As a matter of fact, I said it was going to be a little later, but no, that's falling back. So thank you for that. It's a little early, but anyways, we got to look at the storm that's coming into Gravette right now. You can see that as well as Decatur. So if we go to weather 2, you can see the line. I'm zoomed way in, by the way, just to let you know that that line is already crossing Benton County. And keep in mind, too, this radar update, these storms are moving so fast, it's probably already even closer to Gravette and Decatur. So we're going to get a good feel for how strong this line is. We'll be able to see if there's any type of power outages as we're looking at this camera. But we're going to work our way up and down the line here as we take a look at live Doppler radar. So basically already starting to approach Siloam Springs. Want to go ahead and we're going to bring that Siloam Springs WeatherBug network camera up full. I want to do a split screen too so we can see what it looks like. Once again, another storm coming through in the middle of the night. We'll have weather 1 and weather 2, where we got weather 1 that shows the radar and weather 2 with the weather camera. So if you could do the split screen, Jacob, that would be great to have weather 1 and weather 2 so we can get a good view of the camera. That way we have a visual. This is our only visual that we're having in the early morning hours. Radar will tell you a lot, but sometimes seeing it visually, just like that Prairie Grove storm, you can learn a lot when you're looking at underneath the radar beam and looking at lower levels of the atmosphere. So you can start to see the camera shaking around a little bit. This camera is pointed west and really not a whole lot of lightning, Zach. It's not as highly electrified as some of the other storms have been. Keep in mind, this line has been going for quite some time, which we will put into motion and we'll show you. But just whenever we can, Jacob, just to give an idea, weather 2 will be the weather camera. Weather 1 is going to be the radar source, so we can do that split screen. Yeah, there you get some lightning that's rolling in. Some strong winds as well. Now the winds are really starting to pick up. So that line is right now starting to come in as we're looking at Allen Elementary from our WeatherBug network camera. Yeah, Zach, that line is getting pretty intense here.
Yeah, the lack of lightning, I think that might be a sign of weakening.
Yeah, I think somewhat of a weakening, but not enough, unfortunately. But yeah, the lack of lightning does show that the cloud tops are getting a little lower, meaning, less interactions, cloud ice interactions that you have, the less the lightning. So it looks like that camera might have went out, showing that maybe some power outages are taking place. I was kind of bouncing around a little bit.
Yeah, oh, there it goes, kind of.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go. Go back to that camera now on Allen Elementary with weather 1 or weather 2, excuse me. Now you can see those horizontal rain curtains coming in. So let's go to the radar real fast. I want to leave this view up. Any way we can do a type of split screen at all? He's working on. Okay, gotcha. On Allen Elementary, look at the rain bands as they're pushing in, Zach. You can see how the buildings is causing that swirling of the rain bands to occur.
Yeah.
So we're looking at that. This is our Allen Elementary WeatherBug network camera. Occasional lightning picking up. Winds are really starting to increase. Let's bounce back and forth. We're going to bounce back and forth, and I don't know if there we go. So you got to look at the radar. It's a little small. We'll bring that up and show you the storm track, but just to get a view of that from Allen Elementary. There we go. So we got that. So we're updating that storm track. Times on there that you can see. Fayetteville is going to be 6 o'clock in the morning. Still dark at that time. Cassville, just about looks like 6:23. Ozark, 6:42. So this is going to cover a lot of distance in a short amount of time, going about 50 miles an hour. And we're going to get some views of power outages too. So on the stream, we'll be able to know if people got their power knocked out. If
let us know if you have power or not.
Yeah, so you can comment. We're kind of monitoring the comments slowly as they're coming in. Let's do this. We're looking at that camera, and we've got it recording, so we'll be able to notice if anything's happening. But I want to go up and down the line really closely, detailed. So I think this is a good idea to let people know. Everywhere in Benton and Washington County is going to get a part of this line. You can bring me up on the wall, Jacob, and we'll take a look at this. Sulphur Springs, Gravette, you guys are about to experience a storm. Maysville, it's already come through. So you'll have a good idea how strong those winds are. We work our way south. Gravette, Decatur, Cherokee City, already seeing that rain. Gentry, it's just about to move along Highway 59. Siloam Springs, that's what we were seeing, our Allen Elementary WeatherBug network camera as that line was pushing in. In fact, was kind of let's put that Siloam Springs camera full on weather 3 if we can on one screen, and then that way we can keep that split screen going with the weather 3 stream. Let me know when you got that up, Peyton.
What's that?
So weather 3,
Yeah.
bring up Allen Elementary on basically on the left screen full, so I can bring that up.
All right.
So we've got, we'll work our way up and down the line. Then you can see Cincinnati, Summers picking up on that storm. Lincoln, it's approaching you guys. So we could see that coming in. Prairie Grove, Highway 62. Now, this is the most dangerous portion of the line. Again, that thunderstorm has a severe thunderstorm warning that's 70-mile-an-hour winds. So basically 70-mile-an-hour winds that could be produced by this storm. Now, when you work your way south, see how the line kind of bends to the southwest? This is where you have a little less organized. That's because that what we call updraft, downdraft convergence zone isn't balanced anymore, and the storm kind of falls apart. So the most dangerous portion of the line, even though there will be some rain, there will be some thunderstorms rolling into the Fort Smith area, the more dangerous part of the line is running where it goes straight north and south. And anywhere along that line, there could be some brief spin up. So we'll be continuing to watch that. You got that weather 3 on there?
Got it.
Bring that up. Oh,
It's the Oddjaw is still not connected.
oh, yeah, that's right. Remember
Yeah,
that.
and that's
Okay.
weather 2.
So we'll go back to Mega Doppler. And
It-
we got to work on that.
It looks like they downgraded this severe storm warning, Dan. Just
They
to
did.
just to a base.
Yeah. So the storm is weakening. That's a good sign, which means that 70-mile-an-hour winds might not be the norm now with this line. It's kind of as it's coming across the border.
Mm.
And those ingredients were lessening as the storm was moving in, but
Yeah.
still an intense line.
Line's moving fast.
Yeah.
I want to go back in time just a little bit and take a look at this. We're going to go to a
Power out in Siloam.
okay. Yeah, that might be why that camera was flickering around a little bit.
Camera's still on here. I can see it over here on the monitor. I'm sure there's definitely some power outages.
So one of the reasons we're watching this line, I'm just going back to show you the loop. We've got it on weather 2. So this is where the tornado warning earlier was issued. Notice that's not the time right now. And then as the storm made its way eastward, severe thunderstorm warnings added to that. And then you can see that line as it's moving in was considerable there for a brief moment and then has been dropped now to a severe thunderstorm warning. Still, though, remember, severe thunderstorms produce 58-mile-an-hour winds or greater. So it's not quite 70, but 60 can still do damage as well. So keep that in mind. And anywhere up and along that line at 542, this storm system could definitely provide some severe weather. Now, we do have the addition of more storms potentially this afternoon and evening. And I think that's going to happen because once this line comes through, yeah, we'll kind of overwork our atmosphere a little bit, but it will tend to weaken the stuff this morning. But then this afternoon, we'll get additional development that will start to take place. All right, so I'm going to go here, kind of show you what we're looking at. This is that line, that's pretty intense line, and models did a pretty good job on this. They had it coming through at about 7 o'clock in the morning, so it's about an hour and a half, a little earlier. But anywhere along that line is where we have that severe weather potential. Then the line bends to the southwest. This is where the storm isn't quite as intense, but the storm is starting to weaken a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll show you a loop here as we put this into motion without putting all the warning information. And you can see how that line is going to be making its way across Benton and Washington County. Hearing some rumbles of thunder. Peyton, be monitoring those cameras, see if we can see anything associated with it. And I also want to take a look if there's any type of QLCS tornado potential. So let's look at the velocity. Let's do a split screen. Reflectivity on one side, velocity on the other. So here we're looking at that line. Some strong winds right here. And yeah, set that storm motion from the warning and see a little bit of a change right there. So our Lincoln camera would be the best view. I'll bring that up full real quick just to kind of monitor that. Just kind of tough at night where you have limited lightning, See the base moving, and Peyton, you were mentioning how fast those clouds are moving, and the clouds that are moving really quick, yeah, it's a sign of wind shear, and you were seeing that all morning, weren't you?
Yeah, definitely. First thing I noticed was on our Posey Mountain Weather Bug Network camera, the low-level clouds just absolutely zooming across the screen.
And what that is that's what we call the low-level jet. Low-level jet is an area of winds a few thousand feet off the ground. That's what provides the shear for severe weather, including tornado potential. So we do have that tornado watch that goes until 9 a.m., and that covers a good portion of our counties. So we've got the track, we've got that weather camera located on the screen, and that's from our PG Telco WeatherBug Network camera in Lincoln. Great spot in southwest Washington County to watch the storms as they're approaching the Fayetteville area. Ozark 635, Green Forest at 648. That's the latest track there. We seen any other power outages, guys?
No, there was a little bit of somebody reported power outages in Siloam, maybe just a little bit, maybe a couple in Gentry too. But for the most part, basically going off our viewers here on the live stream as of right now, because poweroutage.us takes a while to update. It does say there are 18 out in Washington County as of right now. All those are SWEPCO, or at least 16 of those are SWEPCO. But not a whole lot of power outages right now. I'm sure that'll update here in a little bit, but just kind of going off our viewers to see if they have power or not, too.
Gotcha.
It's in and out in Siloam as of right now.
Yeah, which is to be expected with these winds.
Yeah, definitely to be expected. And then behind this line, there's a ton of rain, too. Mm-hmm. So on top of, or I guess underneath the tornado watch, also under a flood watch, too.
Flood watch beginning 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Continuing all the way. Yeah. Continuing all the way through tomorrow, 6 p.m.
Yeah, definitely expecting a lot of rain here over the next couple of days. As far as anything in the Slack, nothing showing as of right now. That's our communication channel with the National Weather Service office out of Tulsa, who covers most of northwest Arkansas. Still got power in Westville, Oklahoma. Is Prairie Grove in danger again? Prairie Grove is one of the areas that are kind of under the gun for these strong lines or strong winds associated with this line, as it is expected to make its way through here in just a little bit. So definitely going to keep you updated throughout the evening. Definitely starting to see some pretty strong winds outside our PG Telco WeatherBug Network camera. That's the camera there on your screen there. Pretty rainy, some lightning every now and then as well. So definitely going to keep a close eye on it.
Yeah, you can see behind this line, a lot of stratiform rain. And then even beyond this morning event, the models have been pretty consistent with another round of heavy rain and storms moving through later on during the evening hours. So that's going to bring another chance of severe weather. And normally the atmosphere would be worked over by all this rain, but I do think with these southeast winds, I think that it's going to allow for some moisture and some instability to creep its way back in, especially in our southern counties. I was looking at some of the dynamics, the forecasted short-range model is showing some of the parameters in our southern counties later on this evening going pretty high. So we're not yet. So even though this morning, once we get through this line, we're not yet done with the severe storm potential. But as of right now, we just had this one severe storm warning. Again, it's going to be in effect through 6 a.m. on this early Sunday morning. And you can see our Lincoln WeatherBug camera definitely raining. The heavy rain's coming down. You can see the clouds streaming across the screen there. It's windy, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some power outages, some of those lights going dark because of these winds this morning. And this line has had a history of producing tornado warnings and producing 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And right now, it seems those winds might be decreasing in speed a little bit. Still seeing sustained 60-mile-per-hour winds up and down this line.
Zach. There's a little line break in western Washington County.
I see it
right along, just east of Westville, northwest of Prairie Grove.
Yep.
It's a little line break you see on your screen here. And that descending reflectivity core, which means the reflectivity kind of drops off from part of the line. There's no yellows or oranges or reds back here. We're watching that as things could kind of pick up. And this is kind of one of the, I guess, confidence boosters or nudgers towards QLCS tornadoes. And you see on the right side of your screen there is the velocity. And, you're not going to see a ton of a tight, super tight couplet like you would see a supercell. But this kind of thing, you got to watch out for. And, of course, these little reflectivity nubs. But all these are what we call confidence boosters or nudgers towards those QLCS tornadoes that we've done a lot of research with. Definitely got to watch that little line break there. I know as the storm is technically weakening, still definitely have to watch it.
Yeah, especially like you mentioned, I got my microphone on. Is it fixed?
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm trying to
make sure our cameras are, able to be pulled out of. I got a little 9-panel over here too.
We've got a little bit of a little bit of an issue, some technical issues.
Yeah.
Trying to bring up the cameras.
I think there's power flashes in Decatur. Lost connection to our Decatur City Hall WeatherBug Network camera.
Oh no!
As of right now.
Yeah, it's a great point, Peyton. Though that line break
right on the southern edge, right here, Rhea, right there, just north of Summers, and you can see that that right there has that potential to rotate. So we're watching that closely, just like you mentioned, line break, and it's always on that southern tip of the line break that I've seen multiple times, sometimes a little tornado develop. And you can see how the winds are really increasing too there. So that's going to be something that the Weather Service watches as well.
They're continuing that severe thunderstorm warning, but now still moving east at 50 miles per hour and still seeing 60 mile per hour wind gusts. So they're continuing it. And then I'll pop up here shortly in a little bit. They clipped out the eastern Oklahoma County, so Delaware, Adair County, it's just mainly some what we call stratiform rain, just some steady rain over you right now behind this strong line. But they're just kind of tweaking the severe thunderstorm warning, now only including Benton, Washington County, and as well as Crawford County as well.
Spinning that camera around, see if we can see that type of circulation just north of Lincoln. See if there's anything we can view.
So you want it straight north, northwest, or kind of north-northwest?
Well, yeah, straight north. We still have a little bit of a view. It's a little obstructed by the tower, but we'll see if there's any type of
kind of leave it like that.
Features. It's moving quick, so along that line, we'll just continue to have to watch. Looks like the other part of the line is starting to fall apart a little bit, which is good news. There's definitely a weakening. You'll notice here how it's not as solid in the reflectivity. So Zach, we're gonna on weather 2, we're gonna kind of take you through Mega Doppler here. Bring me up on the wall. I'll show you exactly what I'm looking at and what Peyton's been looking at in terms of the line break, so we can kind of really show you this. So this is that line of storms, 5:52 in the morning. You'll notice how it's not quite as solid. The reds and the oranges aren't solid all the way through where, it's connected. But then you got this little line break right here where two of parts of the line have kind of split. And it's right here on the southern edge of that line. That's where we would be looking at that potential for rotation. Right now, nothing strong enough to even warrant any type of warning. But you'll notice that inflow is continuing to increase ahead of the storm. So it would be right here that circulation would be, and we're looking north from our Lincoln WeatherBug Network camera, watching that closely. Then you got this part of the line that's still pretty intense too. Nothing super major in terms of rotation, but that would be another area to watch just to the west of Winslow. That's pretty much close to Strickler and just a little south of Morrow as well. So we can show you that. And any other part of the line that's coming in, rain and thunderstorms in the River Valley, it's not severe though. This is the most dangerous portion of the line. But it looks like maybe it's weakening, and maybe it won't continue to be severe all the way through Carroll and Madison County. So the storm was intense earlier. It continued to be intense, and now it's kind of starting to weaken as those ingredients are leaving the area. The longer the line is intact, the more it's going to tend to weaken, especially with the ingredients being less. So we're going to update this storm track, let you know where it's headed. We got the entire line, but we'll move that track over just to the right a little bit of the leading edge of the line, so you know exactly where this storm's headed. Notice how it kind of kept its formation intact. So Cassville at 623. These are some of the areas included. St. Paul 631, Green Forest at 650, and Branson. Maybe you're having some friends and family there in Branson. This will also be impacting Branson. Not severe thunderstorm warned in southwest Missouri, though. But we go back to, I'm going to look at that watch again, just to let you know. We do have that tornado watch. If we go to weather 2, we can bring that up, and you can see a severe thunderstorm warning that goes until 6 o'clock. So another, 6 minutes or so. And then we got the tornado watch that's in effect, and that goes until 9 o'clock in the morning. So Central Standard Time, too, since we're not in daylight saving time anymore. And that also includes parts of the River Valley. But notice how the southern sections of the River Valley, south of I-40, Sebastian County, LaFleur County, Scott, Logan, all the Yell County, all those areas aren't in the tornado watch. And that makes sense because when you go back to the radar, you can see how that part of the line is in straight north and south. So that's what we call cold pool dominated. And that's a sign that you got the outflow that's racing out ahead of the storm. That's going to tend to weaken it. So good news there. Any type of reports at all coming in?
The only thing is from Tulsa, and that was, a good amount of time ago, and that was 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts in Tahlequah at 519. But they did issue a special weather statement on the southern part of the line. That includes Sebastian, Crawford, Sequoia, and LaFleur County.
So a special weather statement isn't quite severe. It's where you have winds 45, 50 miles an hour, sometimes 55, but not quite hitting that 58 mile an hour or stronger threshold. So that's why they have that special weather statement. So it's just kind of like a heads up. Hey, this storm could become severe. It could flare up to severe limits. Right now, though, not necessarily the case.
As far as power outages, 707 right now in Delaware County.
Okay. That's where the line was a little more intense.
And then that's pretty much the only update. So only 27 out in Washington County. Still reporting 0 in Benton County. This is according to poweroutage.us. But let us know on our live stream if you're in Benton County and you have power on or off.
Yeah, so this is a scene from our Mount Sequoia WeatherBug Network camera. I will definitely say the lightning has decreased, Zach and Peyton, from what it was earlier. There may be still some flashes, but I'm looking at these clouds. It almost looks like a still image here. It is a still image because those clouds are moving. That seems to be really slow for those cloud movements. Power is going to be a little wonky with all these lines coming through.
Yeah.
Look at some other cameras here. So Salem Springs, the line's already come through. Everything's pretty quiet. I still see some lights on. So not super widespread power outages if there are some in the Salem Springs area.
They have power in Gentry. They have power in Highville. Centerton has power, so I think most places seem to have power. That's good.
So here's the line approaching Fulbright. I'm just bringing up some different cameras. Yeah, I would say this line is definitely weakening, and that's a good thing.
Woo, our stream is getting real choppy.
All of it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the winds are definitely decreasing in strength too. Another severe storm warning.
Yep.
It's probably extending this line here because we have 3 more minutes on the current severe storm warning, and looks like that's what it was. That's the extension of this severe storm warning. We can see it right here.
And this is for 60-mile-an-hour winds, as well as penny or dime size hail, so about 0.75. So it's a little under the severe limits. You can see that popping up on the screen. So let's take you through here on weather 2. We're not seeing anything notable on the cameras. So I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to take you through a lot of the areas that are impacted by this new warning as it pops up on the screen. So there's the new one, and it's pretty large. It covers a good portion of southwestern Carroll County, western and southwestern and northern Madison County. And now we're in central and eastern Washington County and southeastern Benton County. So it doesn't even look like the area of Garfield, Gateway, and the north side of Beaver Lake is included in that warning because the line's kind of falling apart on the north side. But this, by the way, if we look at this warning, it's going approximately until, looks like 6:45. So 45-minute warning. This includes some of the cities, obviously Fayetteville, West Fork, Winslow, Japton, Crosses. You've got Elkins, Durham. Those are all areas that are going to be impacted east of Fayetteville. And on the I-49 corridor, this line's about to come through. Might be a good idea to get out there and see how strong this line is, just looking out on the veranda. Might do that. Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Let me go do that.
Yeah, go ahead and do that, Peyton. We can. That's what we were doing earlier for that storm a couple of mornings ago on Halloween morning, Thursday morning.
Yeah, definitely pretty strong out there. Hopefully, I know Dan Zach just mentioned weather one was down, but I think he's trying to get it back up. Things are power and connection getting a little choppy here, but all is quiet outside. Out on the balcony, just outside our conference room. Not too windy, not too rainy just yet, but you can definitely feel that cool kind of outflow headed this way.
Yeah, so sometimes that cool outflow, if it's racing out way out ahead of the storm, that's a sign that, you're going to get that weakening, which is what eventually happened. So it kind of chokes off the warm inflow, and then that causes the storm to essentially weaken. So now we got a severe thunderstorm warning that was expired at 6 o'clock. Now we got this one that's left. This is the one we just took you through. It barely includes parts of Bentonville and a little bit of Rogers, but not everywhere. So there you get to see, it's pretty much all of Rogers. Kind of runs right through the Bentonville airport, 645. So Peyton's already back in. Must have been pretty uneventful outside.
Yeah, once it does get pretty eventful, I'll actually go live out there from my phone.
Okay.
The LiveView app.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We can bring that up and we can show you what it's like here with live reporting. And again, we got those cameras that are located and we can kind of see what's going on with them. So what we'll do is I'll bring up this camera real quick from Mount Sequoia, and we'll look at this while the line is coming in. There's just really not much to see, Zach.
Yeah, this line is starting to slow down. I think that's worth noting here. It was going 55 miles per hour, then 50, now 40. And we do have a latest track if we can take weather one. Weather one is back online. We've been having some issues with our stuff here too. We can see that latest track right there. So again, this is a new severe storm warning. It includes Benton, Madison, and Washington counties in effect through 6:45 a.m. So we can see that yellow polygon. That is that severe storm warning. Just a base severe storm warning, but still 60-mile-per-hour winds. And it's worth noting that this line has had a history of producing winds much stronger than that, up to 70, maybe even approaching 80 at certain parts. And we've been seeing tornado warnings along this line as well when it was further west in Oklahoma. So that's why we're on this line. And again, it's going right through the center of the coverage area right now. About to those winds on the I-49 corridor, they're definitely starting picking up. Maybe checking out the iDrive cameras would be a good idea. But again, the Winslow area 6:08, Sunset 6:19, Hinesville 6:26 a.m., Huntsville area 6:37, St. Paul 6:41, Berryville 6:51 a.m., Green Forest 7:02 a.m. So if you live in that area, those are the times where the winds are going to start to pick up, and we're going to see the heavy rain, the lightning. Still monitoring that line closely for any types of spin-up events, because there is that tornado threat as we go throughout this line as we look at it, and we can do a closer look at that, looking at how heat and cooling mega Doppler is showing. Again, that severe storm warning, you can see it in the yellow polygon. We've been monitoring a line break area right now it's in the northern Washington County. We can see that just west of Johnson, and yeah, really nothing of major concern right now, but we're definitely watching this line as it makes its way through, because again, it's had a history of producing those tornado warnings and the 70-mile-per-hour winds, but definitely seeing the reflectivity going down, the wind speeds going down, which is what we'd like to see. Dan.
Yeah. Hey, Zach, I want to show something to the viewers. We'll bring this up on Mega Doppler. Bring up the velocity again, because there was something interesting to note. See how strong the winds are here? You see those red colors that are showing up, and even the pinks. Those are intense winds, but you got to remember, the farther the radar beam gets away from the location of the radar, the higher up in the atmosphere it is. So this shows you that those winds are pretty strong aloft. We're talking, 4, 5, 6, 7,000 feet. But as we work our way closer to the radar, which by the way is Fort Chaffee, just to the southeast of Fort Smith, there you see how the line doesn't show as bright a reds or even pinks. And then you get into the darker reds. So those are weaker winds aloft. So that kind of tells you right there that the lower the radar beam gets, the weaker the winds. The higher up you get, that's why you're seeing those pinks and reds, because the radar beam is measuring how fast those, like you see how fast the clouds are moving. That's the low level jet right there. But what we're not seeing is mesovortices along the line as of now. And notice how there's absolutely no balance anymore. If we go back to the reflectivity on Mega Doppler, this is what we call shear dominant now. So the velocity images basically are behind the line. This is the only part that's balanced at the moment, is coming through central and southern Washington County. So they may update this severe thunderstorm warning and crop out a good portion of southeastern Benton County as that line comes through. So it is getting closer now to our doorstep, Peyton. If you want to get out there and load up the Live View app and get on that.
Yeah.
As we're getting on
I'll
that
definitely
balcony.
take a look.
Yeah.
Definitely going to take a look.
And Jacob, you'll be able to bring that up through the board just to give us a live view. You can really see that line weakening as you go farther north into southwest Missouri. So,
I've seen some lightning from Posey Mountain camera.
yeah, the reason we're on is it's an early morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. The line was a little more intense. If this warning drops off, we'll just continue to cover this on Facebook Live as well as knwa.com. But at the moment, we're just giving live coverage because the line was a lot more intense earlier. And just in case something spins up, remember, we are under a tornado watch that goes until 9 a.m. If you're just tuning in and you're just turning on the stream or maybe turning on the TV, hearing those rumbles of thunder. Lightning is a lot less, though. There's no doubt about that. And we'll be getting a new update, too, from the Storm Prediction Center here at 7 o'clock, Zach. So it comes out an hour earlier because the end of daylight saving time.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah,
That's good.
a lot of stuff comes in earlier.
Models do too.
Sunrise comes in earlier. Sunset comes in earlier, though, too.
I don't
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Okay, so let's bring up live view here as the line comes through Fayetteville. So right now, Peyton is looking east. This is from our veranda area. And that, by the way, is Dixon, the Walton Arts Center. And the line is going to be coming in behind him. So if he maybe pans to the north here.
It is pouring down rain.
Oh, yeah.
It is pouring down rain.
Yeah, so be careful with that. You got a lot of lightning that's happening. We can also get that view from our conference room too, looking north as well.
Yeah,
looking northwest.
So go ahead and pull something else up, and so go ahead and pull something.
Yeah, we're hearing audio loop, but yeah, go ahead and we'll bring something else up real quick. We'll bring up weather 2 again, show you this part of the severe thunderstorm warning, and then Peyton's going to relocate. He's going to go on the north side of our building to kind of see that line because he's looking east, but it gives you an idea that the rain is definitely starting to come down. There's no doubt about that. 6:07, severe thunderstorm warning until 6:45. This does include Benton, Washington, Madison, and South. It doesn't look like southwestern Carroll is included. So Carroll County is not included in the severe thunderstorm warning. It was close to it on the last one. Actually, I think they cropped out some of it, didn't they, Zach?
Yeah, it looks like they did. Yeah, Carroll County is not included.
And so you got central and eastern Washington County, central and western Madison County. Yeah, I think this line is going to be continuing to be on a weakening trend. Lightning is decreased. Rain's going to be impressive, and that's something that we desperately need. So that's nice to see that we're getting that rainfall.
Yeah, but I'm a little concerned about another round of heavy rain coming in later on this evening, and that could lead to some flash flood potential.
Especially since, after so long, our ground's saturated now. I know yesterday I was taking down Halloween decorations and the ground was soggy. It's like It's amazing how fast that could change with all that rain that happened that we had in the early morning hours on, Halloween.
Rain really coming down now.
Okay, yeah, we got a good view. We can go north. Yeah, so we got Peyton's view. This is, by the way, this is the Dixon building, and we're looking north, and that's the old Gearhead location, the university bookstore that you're seeing across the street. That's Dixon Street. So he's in a covered area, and you can see that rain really coming down. Now Gearhead is Chase Bank. So this is in Fayetteville, Arkansas, if you're tuning in on the stream from other locations that are not Northwest Arkansas, and you know this area really well. I don't see any type of visual structure on that. It's just kind of like a line of storms. That's almost borderline even. It didn't even look like the winds were that strong. Peyton, were they?
They're pretty strong now. You can see them gusting pretty well just across the parking lot here.
Yeah.
But not insanely strong because the limbs aren't moving a whole lot.
Yeah, you can see those horizontal rain curtains, that's for sure. So keep in mind, hydroplaning is always a possibility with this type of heavy rain, especially those rain curtains, those rain bands that are coming in. But warning is about to be expired here for Fayetteville. They cropped it out again. They updated it again. They just did an update. We'll go ahead and bring that up again on Weather 2 real fast. We'll keep Peyton shot up. You can hear the sound of the rain in the background. But Rogers, Springdale, Fayetteville, Greenland, West Fork, that's the back edge of the warning right now. So if you're watching in the early morning hours and you live in Western Benton, Western Washington County, you guys can go back to bed, get a little bit more shut-eye. Maybe you're getting ready for church this morning. The storm's done. The line's out. So it's basically the leading edge of the line, and ahead of it, that's you need to be concerned about with severe storm potential.
Yeah, getting a lot of comments about specific areas. People asking about the River Valley.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just go up and down this line.
Yeah, let's do that. And I'll go down the line here in detail. Peyton, if you see anything of concern, just let us know. It looks like it's just heavy rain that's coming down.
Yeah, it's some pretty gusty winds too.
Which will lighten up. Yeah, we can hear them now. Those winds are picking up a little bit more. We're going to work our way up and down the line. So Bella Vista, Pea Ridge, Bentonville, Rogers, that line is coming through, and things are going to quiet down pretty tremendously. Garfield Gateway out of the severe thunderstorm warning. You got parts of southeastern Benton County. I had some questions about people that were camping out at the War Eagle Mill, the War Eagle campgrounds and stuff like that, if they needed to get away. Looks like this line is definitely on a weakening trend. You'll still get some gusty winds. Remember, it is a severe thunderstorm warning, so it can create some strong enough winds to knock those campers down. I wouldn't say it's a tornado potential, though, looking at the latest. I think that's definitely on the downhill trend. Working our way down the line, Elkins, you're about to get the stronger rain, the thunderstorm activity. Go ahead and put something else on here real quick. We already know that warning goes until 6:45. So Winslow, Sunset. Winslow's just about ready to get the heaviest rain. And this looks like the strongest part of the line right here, coming through Devil's Den, Artist Point, Winfrey, Chester, Mountainburg, Locke, and northeastern Crawford County. We'll work our way south here. Rudy about to get the main line. So the River Valley, yeah, you're experiencing rain and thunderstorms, but this is not severe. And it's basically what we call cold pool dominated. It just means the winds aren't going to be as strong. In fact, this is the outflow boundary that's coming through. So that gives you an idea that this line is definitely cold pool dominated. So there won't be any tornado potential. It's just not going to happen in the Fort Smith area, Spiro, Poto, Greenwood, West Fork. None of that line will produce. And then this is not even severe. So we're talking under 58 mile an hour winds and wind gusts. Sounds like the winds are starting to lighten up. We'll take a look at the Peyton's live view again. And so this is on the north side of our building. This is looking north from Fayetteville. You can see the parking deck off in the distance. Say that rain has lightened up considerably, and this is nothing major. So,
yeah, winds were pretty gusty. You had winds kind of racing that way, and then from over here, they were kind of coming in this way. And they're swirling a little bit, but for the most part, things have really calmed down now.
Okay, yeah, I think this line is definitely on the weakening trend. In fact, I don't even think we need to do live coverage on television anymore. We could probably drop off, just cover it on Facebook Live, as well as knwa.com on our stream. So, yeah, we'll watch this closely. We'll keep you updated. I think this line is definitely on a weakening trend. Peyton, Zach, and I will continue to monitor this, but the lightning is less. The intensity of the reflectivity is less. And I want to look at the velocity here one more time. Maybe a little bit on the south side of Fayetteville, in between Winslow and Elkins, so just north of Brentwood. Go to weather. We're going to bring up weather too. So there you see that little bit of area that we're looking at just north of Brentwood, but all of it's pretty weak. So
Yeah.
I don't even think it was 60-mile-an-hour winds, was it, Peyton? What would you say?
Maybe very briefly, like gusts, probably 50 to 60, but now it's a lot weaker.
Yeah.
I tell you what, though, I did look at the newest SPC outlook for today and for tomorrow.
Yeah, I do want to show that.
Yeah, it definitely has been upgraded, and then we'll probably talk more about that in the live stream.
Yeah, absolutely. We will give you a little bit of a taste of this, and we'll talk more about it. But we do have an enhanced risk, and this, by the way, is for tomorrow night. So we still have to get through the severe weather tonight that's going to be possible this afternoon and evening. But let's go ahead and we'll bring up weather 1, and we'll bring it up full so you guys can see. This is an enhanced risk of severe weather, and you look at the tornado potential. It's a hatched area, meaning the potential for strong to violent tornadoes. Now, that is going to be Monday afternoon, evening, just before Election Day. So we're talking, it'll be long gone by, I think, Tuesday morning. So you don't have to worry about that. But if we look at the risk for later on this afternoon on the day 1, you'll see that we also have that potential for severe weather. And that's going to go from basically 6 o'clock in the morning all the way through 6 o'clock in the morning on Monday. So we got 2 risks of storms this afternoon, evening, and then another one on Monday evening, and the potential for some heavy rain as well. So very, very busy, but I think we can drop off of severe weather coverage just to make sure. Yeah, that line is definitely weakening all the way up and down the line. All right, so we're going to return you back to your regularly scheduled programming. We'll continue to provide updates on knwa.com as well as Facebook Live. Peyton's monitoring the cameras, watching the latest. Comment away. Let us know what you're seeing in terms of power outages, and we'll continue to keep you updated. So this will be the first of several severe weather coverages that we're going to be doing.
Looks active.
All right. Well, have a great rest of your Sunday, everyone. Keep it here with your weather authority for the latest severe weather information.
Thanks.
All right. So we are off of our live coverage. I just don't see this line. I won't see this line getting extended at all by any means. I would be impressed if this line continues to become severe. So tornado potential, I don't think it's after dark this time. I originally did think that was. Zach, it's camera's focused on you because it knows that you were the one doing the whole forecasting last night. So what do you think about tomorrow? Yeah, that stream is really laggy. Wow.
Yeah, this system seems to keep on. Oh, yeah, I restarted the computer. I was doing a live last night. It was super laggy too.
Yeah.
But
I'll figure something out.
yeah, this system keeps on speeding up. So we were talking earlier in the week. We were saying Monday nights. Now it's kind of looking more like Monday afternoon, Monday evening. So even on that ride home from school and work on Monday, and we're not yet done with today. Even though we dropped off that live stream, I'm a little concerned about the River Valley later on this evening as we get another piece of energy moving in.
Let's show them a future track if we can.
Yeah. because I was looking at a lot of SIG-TOR parameters, energy helicity index, and we're seeing some impressive readings moving back into the area.
You know, someone mentioned how Oklahoma City got hit hard with multiple tornadoes. They did. I mean, they were tornado warnings left and right, all up and down. So what's the difference between that and here? Well, they had the low level instability. We didn't, and that shows you the difference when you don't have that low level instability. All right, so Zach's bringing up on weather one, the future track, and this will kind of show you. So this is the line that was coming in this morning.
They models did pretty terrible.
looks
Even a
nothing
3-kilometer graph.
Looks nothing like what's happening.
did?
right
It was
now.
like 3 hours behind.
Yeah, I mean the timing is a little off, but in terms of the trend, it had they all had that line coming
Yeah,
in. They were pretty
yeah.
consistent with that. But I will agree that the timing was a little off. You know whose timing wasn't off? This guy's right here. Peyton Langford. He was on it, man. He was on it like a fly on stick paper.
Oh, I woke up from
Yeah.
like a bad dream,
Yeah.
and this was probably, I don't know, right at about 4 o'clock, just after 4, and immediately went on radar scope, see what it was. I was like, oh snap, it's already
Yeah.
here. So I immediately just like fixed my hair, didn't like shower or anything, but just like threw some stuff on and just came out here, did a update, pushed that out about 4:30, 4:37 ish, and then immediately started a live stream.
Yeah. I
Great,
can't,
great job.
yeah, that
Freaking
was
crazy.
awesome, man.
So I was like, this is really close, and I didn't know if y'all were awake or not.
Yeah.
So I was just like, somebody's got to be here. Like,
Yeah.
definitely need someone to come
Oh,
in.
we absolutely do. Fort Smith, we have to reset these computers. We got to get this Weather 3
Yeah.
camera source not working.
We have a lot of
Well-
things to fix
Well,
today.
Yeah, we do. We do. We will. You can see how jerky the camera is too. This is like real glitch, man.
Is the audio glitch too, you think? Or is it just the
I don't
Yes.
know. Can let people know, huh? So this is tonight.
Didn't let me know if it's the audio too.
Just video. That's what he said. Just
Okay.
video.
Some supercells out ahead of another line. And here's that Monday afternoon, evening. Yeah, see, now it's like 5 p.m.
That's for tonight.
That's for Monday.
Oh, Monday. Yeah.
Yeah, I went a little bit ahead. But this is for tonight.
Bring up those rain totals. I mean, that's going to be probably one of the main concerns is how intense these rain totals are going to be. I mean, we got a moderate risk
I don't know if you have rain totals.
for
or
Flash
flash
flooding.
flooding.
not, actually.
Oh, on
I'm
that.
not sure
Yeah.
we do.
Um,
That's all right. We'll bring that up later.
But yeah, they're doing all right.
All
Just the timing, which is to be expected, as I told people almost just before you came in. At Southwest Flow, things always happen faster than what models think, and you know models don't really pick things up well. Just because that Southwest Flow, everything happens a little bit faster, so it was just kind of expected to be a little bit earlier.
Drop busting type of system? I do believe so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
through like after election day.
Yeah. I think you're going to see maybe not completely disappear, but it's definitely not going to be extreme anymore.
Brandon Starks,
Oh,
damage in Valley Brook.
yeah. Just got that report here. Let's see.
Mentioned you.
I'm looking here.
Yeah. Oh, go to
There's so much-
mentions.
yeah, I go to mentions. Yeah.
That'll help.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh,
Oh wow.
man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what I saw earlier this morning. After I checked radar scope, I checked Twitter.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Valley Brook.
Yeah, that got absolutely rocked. That's in Southwest Oklahoma, right? Or is that Oklahoma City?
I think that's close to Oklahoma City.
Yeah, I
but
think
I'm
so,
not,
too.
I'm not certain. So these are the rain totals, and this goes all the way through Monday evening, and then that's in addition to what we're seeing now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Oklahoma City.
Yeah, it is, right?
Yep. Like in the Oklahoma City metro.
Yeah, I was showing the Weather Prediction Center. It was showing 7 to 10 inches.
Jeez. Yeah, it's a lot. A lot of rain.
Golly. So yeah, I'm gonna bring up this so you guys can see. That's intense, man.
Oklahoma City, they don't really get the QLCS tornadoes that often.
What?
Graph.
That's the 3-day. We'll show you that in just a bit. That's insane. Look at that.
That's a lot.
Good night. All right.
So the European's a lot less, but it does have that bullseye of heavy rain. We're gonna have to reboot and get this back in order. So what we'll do is we'll have a live radar stream, but we're not gonna hear any audio because we gotta like basically reboot everything. Did anything touch down by Bricktown? Not sure. We'll take a look at that.
Yeah.
All this stuff happened early this morning. I saw that.
See Wyatt Puck on here. Shout out Wyatt Puck.
Yep. And Josh, too. Josh Weisel
Yep,
says Valley
Josh
Brook
Weisel.
is just north of Moore by 2 miles. Tornado risk is over for Bentonville. It's done.
Yeah.
And in fact, the severe weather threat's over, too. That storm's going to be dropped real quick.
Whoa, I caught a crazy lightning strike. Nice positive CG on our Pussy Mountain Woodbug Network camera.
Nice. Okay, so it'll be dropped. Yep, exactly. So people are already getting into that. I'm going to show you this real fast. I'm going to share the screen. This is what Brandon Starks. Look at this.
Wow. Yeah.
My goodness. So this is the damage Valley Brook. I already got it on there. That's devastating, man. Oops. I did. There
Yeah,
we
I was
go.
gonna do the cam.
Oh yeah. Look at that.
Wow.
The problem with the cam
Yeah,
is
the cam's WSI
it's,
one.
it's jerky though.
Yeah.
10 inches of rain. That's an incredible amount. So this is some of the pictures here. Golly, that neighborhood
Holy cow.
was lit up. That's bad.
That's
And
like,
that was from a QLCS tornado. I saw the amount of tornado warnings. There were a lot of them.
they don't get those too often.
Yeah.
Because usually we get those by the time that system gets here. It's those nighttime hours. Man, that is easily EF3 damage.
That's a pretty intense tornado.
Wow.
That's craziness. That was this morning.
Yeah.
In fact,
Just after midnight.
I'm in Clifty, just a major pressure headache, and it's looking bad. So it is looking bad. We'll go back to the radar here, but nothing super major. Here's Mega Doppler. We'll bring that up. It was windy and heavy rain about 20 minutes in Gentry. We just got a report. Quasi-linear convective system. Look at that. People know what QLCS is. P Ridge, yeah, you're okay. Go to bed.
Yeah.
Done. See, here's P Ridge. What? Is that not connected either?
What?
Huh?
What's not connected?
This.
Oh.
Also not connected. That's
Yeah.
old. Man,
Right.
we could definitely have
Could
to
do a full
reboot.
reboot.
But we'll keep a radar stream up. But anyways, just real before we do that, here's Clifty, Hinesville, Wesley. Those areas are going to get some pretty strong winds, but I think they're going to be under severe limits, and I also don't see any type of tornado potential. And then the River Valley is just thunderstorms. That's all that is.
Yeah.
Nothing to be concerned about at all in the River Valley. And then behind that line, it's just going to be storms. So this is going to be an early morning deal, and then it's out. So here's what we're going to do. because we have such a bad camera stream and we need to reboot some stuff, we're going to reboot the computer. You can see how shaky the camera is. Yeah, it's terrible. So we'll be right back. We're going to reboot and then we'll be back online. So we're going to take.
Yeah, so you just pop up the
Yeah.
radar
We're just
loop,
going to pop up the radar loop.
close OBS, and open it back up.
Yep. So.
He's already got it.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll see you later. Hey everyone, we're back. We got the So just to let you know, we had to do some rebooting of the computer, but we're back in action, and so we've got it loaded up now. Here's a look at this is what we're watching, the significant tornado potential for tomorrow, or should I say today, later on this afternoon and evening. It really ramps up in the river valley, and this is something that we need to watch pretty closely. We were looking at this earlier. This is the storm system that came through the central Oklahoma area. And what's wild about this is that these were supercells. This is before it evolved into a line. You can see these are individual isolated supercells. So upon first glance, it looks like a QLCS, but look at how the low level jet kicks in. They're not super intense supercells like you would expect, but then you see the amount of shear that's available. We know the system's intense. And so there's essentially where it starts to tornado. And that's where it comes through that neighborhood. And then it's a considerable tornado. So there really wasn't much of a warning, was there, for that Valley Brook area at all?
Sun's starting to come up. Sunrise at 6:42, I believe.
Yeah, an hour earlier. This is the shear tracks.
Nice.
I don't think it goes back that far.
No,
No.
it only goes back an hour.
Drop that severe storm warning.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's loading. Cool. It does. You can get it.
Man, those clouds are racing.
Look at that.
Gator Mountain camera. This cloud is falling butt.
I bet.
That's that strong
So
low-level jet.
there's the tornado that comes through the east side of Valley Brook. You can see the circulation right there. And then it's just gone. It was just a real quick ramp up. Man, unfortunate. I bet you that caught a lot of people off guard. I hope there's nobody killed in that.
I saw one reported dead.
One reported dead. And then look at this, another considerable tornado. This was early this morning, 2:30. By the way, does it go 2 a.m. and then change back to 1 a.m.? That's so confusing now.
Who knows what time that actually happened?
I know.
Imagine it happened like right at 2 o'clock.
I think it did.
Then what do you say? How do you issue the warning?
I think it did.
Warning goes back in time.
Yeah, that's confusing. And then look, there's all the other storms.
I don't know.
Tornado warnings in Tulsa from that line. And then there's the circulation, and then it just kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
So here's what we got right now on Mega Doppler. Severe thunderstorm warnings dropped. So it's pretty much over. It's done. That's why we dropped off of it too. So just basically thunderstorms. That's about all you're going to get. But our camera's back in action, and so yeah, we're probably going to stop this stream here at about 7 o'clock in the morning. So
Get some daylight donuts.
Still that tornado watch for 9 a.m.
Which
That's not gonna happen.
It's gonna be dropped.
That's going to be dropped.
yeah, pretty fast. There's no doubt about that. So, all right, here's the deal, guys. We have more rain coming this afternoon and evening. The river valley is going to be a focus. Wow, look at that tornado potential. I'm going to show Zach's got that. So from now on, instead of showing you radar and covering that, we're just going to real briefly talk about what's coming our way and what's ahead. So major weather system. I mean, this is a huge trough of low pressure. We were talking about it last week. We were mentioning the big dip in the jet stream. You don't get these typically in the fall,
It's
but
almost a spring-like pattern. We're showing dew points last night, mid-60s.
yeah, winds are cranking up. Mid-60 dew points, strong shear,
Dude,
intense lift.
that's more intense than the other night, Halloween.
Yeah, it's gonna be a system that we really need to watch. So We will give you future radar. We're going to take a look at that. But first of all, I'm going to bring this up. This is the significant tornado parameter, and Zach's going to kind of step through this. So this is tomorrow evening. We'll work our way through the risks. Go back to the very beginning, because here's the tornado parameter right now. So you can see how it increases, but it falls apart pretty quickly. That's exactly what we're seeing right now. So this system kind of falls apart. Next, throughout the afternoon, that instability, that moisture is going to be returning. That starts ramping up in the river valley. We'll show you the future radar as well, the future track radar. But there's that significant tornado parameter. Now watch what happens over time. Things quiet down, but still remain. That's because more energy swings in, and then here's our basically third round. So we have the morning round this morning, afternoon, evening, in the river valley focused, and then on Monday, we got a hatched area for tornadoes.
One of the things that's going to become of concern is, getting out of work and possibly schools letting out early. That might be something that you kind of have to get that conversation rolling. Well, we're not saying, you should yet, but I think it's a good idea to get that conversation rolling, because it's going to be in the evening time frame.
It's going to be times when people are driving around. It's a terrible time. People getting off of work, rush hour. I mean, look at how crowded I-49 is. This is going to be something to watch for sure.
Yeah.
So we're going to go back and just kind of step through this. There's the line coming through. By the way, it's not severe anymore. Pretty much gone. Then you'll see throughout the afternoon more rain though. While it's done in terms of severe weather, it's not done in terms of rainfall in Northwest Arkansas. Is there really no schools on Monday? Is there?
What day is it? Monday.
I don't know about that comment, because I was hearing people last night in the stream asking about school on Monday, and if it was going to be an issue. But I know you could.
There might be some schools.
Maybe some schools, but I don't think all schools are out.
North Texas. Miss Burton, where do you live? Where are you at?
Yeah.
But anyways, there's the storms coming in, and look at how it develops those isolated supercells. So it's going to be something that we have to watch, kind of like what happened in central Oklahoma, where these little isolated supercells and the ingredients start to change.
Oh, maybe some school has a 4-day week or something.
St. Paul. Yeah. I don't think that's everywhere, because I know my son has school on Monday.
Yeah.
About a mini line echo wave pattern.
Yeah. All right. So now they changed the schedule. Good. Huntsville school's out on Mondays. Okay, good. So some schools are out on Monday.
Is that
That's
all
good.
of Madison County? Or no?
I don't know. It might be.
Interesting.
So yeah, notice how later on this
That's a
evening,
3-day weekend, man. That's nice for the kids.
Take that,
I would
yeah.
take that.
Especially
Yeah.
on a severe weather day too.
So Sunday evening, later on today, storms start to intensify. Look at how those storms are a little more isolated in the river valley. Heavy rain comes in. We get a break in the action. See, I question this because there may not be a whole lot of sunshine and instability.
Yeah.
yeah,
Unless the forcing is just that strong,
The forcing is pretty intense.
That's the main driver, the up level support and that forcing.
yeah, and I feel like the sunshine always surprises us.
Yeah.
You
Power is out in Durham. Okay. We're in Northwest Arkansas. Yep. All right. So you move that along. What about the 4-kilometer graph? We'll take a look at that.
threw it out.
Yeah. We'll
No.
just look at it real quick. Yeah, this is Arkansas.
Yeah.
Northwest Arkansas. Just to kind of show you our area. Does this work now? Okay, good. We're back in business here too. Only thing we got to get working is weather 3.
I know.
Yeah, I bet. I'm nervous. So you don't have to worry anymore about any tornadoes this morning. Done. Everything's finished. Yeah, Brandon says, can we see the risk? We do need to run through that. And we will, but first of all, let's look at the future track here. So there's the line coming through, way too slow.
Yeah.
But notice there's that isolated supercell development.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. That doesn't show much in the river valley at all, and I don't know if I believe that. And then we're stepping through. That's going to be rough.
Pretty consistent with the late afternoon, evening time frame. We have to plug this in.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
All right. So I'm going to show you the risk too. I'm going to take a look at that.
Does it still run the lightning or is it the USB?
So here's a look at the timing of the rain. My cat is traumatized. Here's the timing of the rain. It's it's there. It's on the right hand side.
In the box. Because this is lightning. Plugged in over there.
No, it's not. It should just be right here. It was right up on top. That's where I set it. Is it not? It was right there. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's just underneath the baseball. Here. Okay. So there's the timing of the rain. We had the rain this morning. We have more rain this afternoon. Let's take a look at the risks here. Because, by the way, the new risk is going to be coming out. So that's what we're going to do. We'll wait. We'll keep the stream up until the new risk comes out. And I'm going to bring this up here,
When the new risk come out at
which is 7 o'clock.
earlier? Nope. 6 o'clock.
No, it comes out as 13Z. It's always 13Z, which is why it's 8
13Z,
o'clock in
yeah.
the morning. Yeah.
So now 7
So
o'clock.
7 o'clock in the morning. Yep. Which is nice. But here's a look at the risk right now. And the new one that's coming out will account for this afternoon and evening. And so personally, I think you're going to see an increase in the river valley. This is the tornado potential. I think you'll see that increase.
You think Jacob's good?
Yeah, Jacob's good now. You can send them. There's the wind damage. Notice how it weakened as it came in, and the large hail risk. Now, again, this is going to be updated. So, Sarah, you are correct. Tornado watch until 9 a.m., but that's already moving out of the counties that are included in that watch, and there's not going to be any more tornadoes this morning. It's just not. You can see the way the storm's not severe even. And yes, the tornado watch does officially go until 9 a.m. I don't think that's going to last. They're going to expire that here pretty soon. But here's what I want to show you. This is where we're getting serious, is the day 2 convective outlook, which, by the way, will be updated again at 17:30. So that's going to be 11:30 this morning that we'll have a new update. So basically right after church, get out, we'll be able to see already the new day 2 convective outlook. So this is what we've got, an enhanced risk for the day 2 over our area. I would not be surprised if a small area gets upgraded to a level 4, a moderate risk, considering that this is the day 2. Now, this is the tornado potential, a hatched area that's coming through eastern Oklahoma, parts of northwest Arkansas. Some people say, could we zoom in a little bit? I'll zoom in and I'll show you that western Washington, western Benton County, the River Valley, all included in that hatched area. And remember, this is just the day 2 earliest update, which was at 6 a.m. Then you go here, you look at the damaging wind potential, and that's high everywhere.
Yeah.
So the line as it initially happens will have tornado potential, but then as it gets closer, basically it's going to turn more into a damaging wind threat.
Yeah,
over
I
time.
feel like it's going to be starting off like this. Anything isolated will start to rotate, and it'll be kind of more isolated kind of tornado threats. And then as the main line comes through, it'll still have a little bit lesser tornado threat, but also what will really ramp up is that damaging wind threat.
Wind, which is why you see that. And then the
Yeah.
hail threat is not as much of a concern because that's kind of what the way it was in Oklahoma City today.
Yeah.
So we have a question about driving from Conway. So Conway right now, we'll take a wide view. You will encounter the storms as you get to about the Clarksville, in between Clarksville and Russellville, but it's not going to be severe by any means. So we'll just show you here. Here's Mega Doppler. Here's the line of storms. So Conway, as you're driving west, probably after Clarksville, you'll encounter this line. Lightning, thunder, heavy rain. Nothing major though, Jim. You're going to be fine. I did not see your comment, Tiffany.
At least I don't remember.
Oh, I'll be driving from Wisconsin to Rogers tomorrow with my little. Should I wait? Should I wait? Well, you don't want to be arriving. I'll tell you this. You don't want to be arriving around 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I know that Wisconsin is a long drive.
Yeah. You ever done the drive?
Yeah,
Well,
I have. Yeah, it's about 12 hours if you go straight through. So if you're leaving at 5 a.m., you'll be arriving right about the time those storms arrive. And remember, this risk is pretty large too. It doesn't just cover our area, it covers all the way as you're driving down 44 additional storms. If you can wait a day, that would be the thing to do.
Yeah.
Wait until election day in the morning. If you can't, then it would be best to probably leave a little later so you wouldn't be driving right in the midst of the severe weather and arriving like around 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
That's my advice. When will this be over? Boy, not until Tuesday. Oh, I will. I'll show you the expected rainfall.
Yeah,
Let me know when they have that new risk. Yeah.
Nothing new in the Slack.
All right. Remember, it's going to be in that data feed because they
Yeah.
don't show.
Not all the time.
No.
Day one convective outlook.
All right. It's updated. And there it is. So it just updated. Now we got that slight risk going all the way into LaFleur County, which is a lot more. And if we look at the day one tornado threat, I think that has changed, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Now it's covering the entire area. Does that look different, Zach? Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, because we didn't have the slight
Nope.
or that 5% tour.
Or the hatched area for hail. So yeah, that is different.
Mm-hmm.
Carolyn, we'll show you that as well. XNA Tuesday morning, 4 a.m. I don't think that's going to be a problem.
Nope.
I think this storm's going to be coming through. You have to see this puppy on water
That
vapor,
early
but
morning wake up call is a problem, though.
yeah. All right, here's the rain totals. We'll show you the different models. So this is they all show an abundance of rain, and this is in addition to what we have. This is going to be another significant threat as a heavy rain threat. So the graph is going bonkers. Absolutely nuts. So
You see, you got 12 contour near Springfield.
that's unreal. We'll see if that comes to fruition. But regardless, heavy rain is looking likely. So there's the graph. European is a lot less, more realistic, but notice the bullseye of heavy rain in parts of the river valley. So there's going to be a focus of extremely heavy rainfall. We still don't know exactly where that's going to be. The GFS shows nearly 6.5 inches in Rogers, Fayetteville 5.5. That's also a lot as well. And then finally, the NAM has that bullseye in northeast Oklahoma, not necessarily in northwest Arkansas. So this is a tremendous amount of rain that's coming, regardless.
Yeah, over the next 3 days.
Yeah. Now, the day 3 outlook is not even a factor, as you'll see. It just basically doesn't even exist. Dan, I'm just wondering if it's possible they might lower the severe threat tomorrow. I don't think so. I don't think they're lowering it. Let me get this out of here.
I think Harbor got struck by a lightning, or it's back on, or something. Look, it's like purple.
Yeah, I was seeing that purple.
Wait, Harbor's back?
Maybe.
Oh, nice. I know how to fix that. But you can't do it through that. You got to do
I
it
just
through
want to see if it's actually on.
you turn on the IR. It is. Yeah. Nice. It took a little lightning strike to get that puppy back up and running. All right. So, anyways, if we look at the day 3, come on, what's going on here? I reboot everything.
When's the new next Outlook come out? Or is that what we were waiting?
That was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the day 3 is not even existent for election day. So you don't have any problem with storms. But there's the new day 1. There's the new tornado potential. 5% goes all the way now into LaFleur County. This will be updated again at 10:30 in the morning. And there's a look at the damaging wind threat. Here's a look at the rainfall expected. Oh my gosh. That went way up.
Build an
Yeah.
arc.
That's 7 to 10
Yeah.
across a good part of the forecast area.
Wow.
Well, the next 7 days, 7 to 10 inches of rain are possible. And it's down again.
I see that. That's intense. Man, my eyes are burning. Dan, can we see the dew points for tomorrow? That's a good question. Yeah. I don't think we get a derecho. I think it's more isolated cells. Yeah, Jesse, it's going to be during school pickup times. Maybe a little bit before that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Josh is going to be missing anything because tomorrow morning there's going to be storms. Tomorrow afternoon there's going to be storms. That's a lot of rain, man. I don't think I've ever seen that widespread of a 7 to 10 that's over our area. If we look at the Weather Prediction Center, here's the day 1 outlook. Now that's changed. So you got a slight risk that's all over the area, but this is the day 2. Oh,
they dropped
the moderate. What?
Huh.
They dropped the moderate if it's 7 to 10.
I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense.
The uncertainty on the placement.
This is what I want to show you, though. I'm going to show you this beast of a system.
Yeah.
This is just a giant system. Look at this. So first of all, you got a large scale trough of low pressure. You got a lot of lift out ahead of it. You got additional storms that are going to be developing. We'll show you the amount of energy swinging in. And then on top of that, you look at the jet stream. Nice. What? Could delete some of those.
Yeah, I need that.
But here's a look at look at that. That's a long wave trough right there. That spells trouble. That's going to be severe weather central. Man, that's not good.
Southwest flow. I think it's going to be a little earlier than what models are showing.
That's the case. It's early afternoon. Now here's the 3-kilometer NAM. And that's wrong.
Fail.
That was a fail.
See,
4 hours late.
This is
it's
why
hours late.
it's why you can't look at these models and say exactly. This is what a lot of people that are on social media do. They look at these forecast models and they say this is what's going to happen, like hurricane forecasts and stuff like that. These social media meteorologists.
Meteorologist.
Yeah. And then there's additional storms coming in tonight. So that's looking like a safe bet Sunday evening. And then more storms. And then let's see what it does in the afternoon. Yeah, that's a pretty intense line.
Yeah.
I wonder what the helicity tracks look like.
Oh, yeah.
I have to look at that with the models.
Here, yeah. I will pull that up on Weather 2.
Okay, we'll look at that. Driving to Rogers from Branson. I'd say in a couple hours, and then you'll avoid all the heavy thunderstorms and the rain. You'll still have some stratiform rain, but I think that's the best. So just wait a couple hours for that main line to come through, and then you'll be driving in some light rain. Will storms be worse tomorrow afternoon in northwest Arkansas, the River Valley? Kind of all over, honestly. But probably, I don't know, both areas are included. So I wouldn't say either which one is worse. Can't do that far out. Here's a look at the energy that's swinging in. Zach, this is so much. This is such an impressive trough. If you look at past severe weather events and you look at large scale troughs like this, they always bring problems. So there will be problems. There already was this morning in Oklahoma City. So that shows you that these type of systems are nasty. And look at all of that energy. My goodness. As much as the models are showing thunderstorm activity, there's going to be even more than what the models show. Wow. Look at that thing. That's the type of trough that kind of creates historic weather events.
Yeah.
That's massive.
Pretty deep.
And then look, more energy.
Another big trough.
Oh, that hangs out there. And then
I'm not
And then
buying
zips
that.
north.
That looks sus. I feel like that's going to be more progressive than that.
Not necessarily.
No.
Yeah, because look, it gets choked off by the jet stream.
Yeah, maybe.
And then looks north. So election day, good. No problems election day. We can show you the future track long range here. Election day won't be an issue because the storms are going to be out late Monday night. You know, this isn't a bad idea. So much rain coming, campgrounds need to evacuate the campers. I think by tonight and into especially Monday morning. I think that's a good idea. Hopefully nobody's camping Monday night or Monday afternoon. All right, going back to this real fast. Here is the future track. So look at all this energy. Southwest flow, kind of by a stationary front. There's the storms tonight. There's the storms Monday night. Look at that line. It always shows this. It's very consistent.
Yeah.
Might be a little off on timing,
but it has been very, very consistent.
but that's
in
where
its
the
output.
bulk of that energy swings out. Okay, so you got those helicity tracks, Peyton?
Yeah, you know, the
Let's do it.
12Z HRRR isn't all the way in, and that's what would get us to Monday night.
Yeah.
It goes to 22, which I guess is close enough. Maybe.
Okay, I'll bring it up here in a second, but there's
6 of these.
is the Weather 3 stream on this working at all? Can we even pick it up?
No, I don't think so.
Let's see. Nope. Wow. It's no bueno.
What happened there?
I don't know. All right, so there's the helicity tracks, and this is for tonight.
No, yeah, we'll go through tonight and into Monday late afternoon, early evening.
Go ahead and zoom in if you can. It's kind of hard to see.
Can't zoom in.
Control, hold down Control, and then roll
Yeah.
the mouse.
I'll do Control plus and it will work. All right. So here's Sunday afternoon. This is run to our maximum updraft helicity. So this is the darker areas are the stronger rotation or updraft helicity. You can see some pretty strong updrafts out towards Oklahoma City. As we step in time, here's Sunday night. You can see some areas starting to pick up in like Adair County. And then some helicity tracks. I don't know if you can see the cursor, but
Coming
right
through
around
Washington
here.
County.
Yeah.
And that is
That's Sunday
that's
night.
early morning. It's early morning tomorrow.
Yeah, right around midnight. Then going throughout Monday morning, not a whole lot more. But then to Monday afternoon, that's where you see it pick up again. See that I'm going back and forth. There's 0Z.
There's helicity tracks everywhere.
Mm-hmm. That's the end of the run.
Yeah.
6Z Tuesday. Till midnight. Yeah,
Okay.
it's gonna be go time.
Yep. Sure is. Got some more questions. Just getting on. What's the severe weather risk? We showed that, but if you're just getting on, then obviously you don't look at the. Have you looked at the energy helicity index for this? For the extended one? I don't have it.
Oh, no, not the extended.
Okay, let me look at the extended one.
It's gonna be 400.
No, I'm just gonna load it up. Okay, so check this out. We'll look at the risk again, but here is a look at the extended energy helicity index. So there it is, cranking up again. Look at that instability returning. I really think that the River Valley needs to watch tomorrow. I keep saying tomorrow, this morning, into the afternoon. So let's see the timing on there, Sunday evening. So we're talking about this evening, the River Valley and LaFleur County and Scott County, they really need to watch it. Northwest Arkansas, not as much, but watch what happens overnight, Monday into Tuesday, overnight, Sunday into Monday. I'll get my times figured out. Gosh sakes.
Whoa.
That's not good.
That's the afternoon now.
Monday afternoon is going to be pretty crazy. Monday afternoon is going to be a bad afternoon.
Yeah.
So we had a question here. Can you explain why the new runs of the CAM models are slow even for this current event? Because they stink.
Well, and they go off initialization. So there's the current observations as well as what was happening at this time in the last model run, kind of blend those together in what's called like a hybrid sigma coordinate. And those are the numbers that they use for the equations. So even your initialized time of, let's say, 6z at 6z, it still could be like wrong. So it's the initialization. Yeah, they take the last kind of frame from the last model as well as initial conditions, kind of find a happy medium, plug that into the equation, so then your output is still going to be different than your tau 0, your initialization frame.
I hope you got that.
I hope you got
made
that.
sense. But
Send you a paper.
and I'll sum it up this way: models suck.
Yeah.
I wonder if this whole going back to standard time played a part in this, in the models.
You know,
Because like it should be 8 a.m. right now.
Okay, you know what this sounds like? It sounds like how y'all were talking May 26th at like 9 in the morning, where y'all are just
you might
theorizing.
have a point.
No,
No, you
seriously.
might have a point. Seriously,
Maybe.
because if
That's
it never changes the time.
Yeah.
It shows it coming through at like 7, but really it was like the way it shows it at 8 or 9, but really that's like 7.
All right. I think you might be onto something. These models running the system slow this morning. Yeah, I mean,
that's what you just said.
Yeah, it might be onto something. I'm gonna read some AMS papers.
All I know is that
Daily service time?
yeah.
Yeah.
All I know is this. I think you're right, Zach. I think you got a really good point because first of all, that's what is going on with the 3-kilometer graph. It's already come through Fayetteville. Now this is off. This is just too slow. The initialization on that's way off. So that's not good. Let's look at the HRRR here. That's a little better. Man, that cranks up in the River Valley again, according to this. No, I know, I don't buy that. Wow, look at that tonight. What is purple? Purple is bad news. That's what that is. Purple is no bueno.
Yeah.
Here's a wide view of it.
So the data dump is shifted by an hour.
Dump is right.
Put that model in the dump.
Yeah.
Throw that model in the dump. for Sure.
This is Monday. Yeah, this is Monday afternoon. You know, what's interesting is, we have our editorial meeting. I'm gonna have to send something out to to the staff because
Not today. No editorial meeting.
I'm talking about
Oh,
Monday.
yeah.
We have this editorial meeting at 2:00. It's already going to be, batten down the hatches by that time. This is going to be pretty serious.
I mean, I know Josh is gonna say a lot in the 9:30.
Yeah, he
but
will.
then probably since I'm mailing at like noon, because I know Dylan will start getting here at like 11:30. Dalton will start getting here at like 1. So and a lot of the producers will be in here by like 1:30.
Yeah, we're going to need to. We're really going to need to be gearing up around noon.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Look at how that cranks up. Makes sense too because the energy's swinging in. So that's a lot of purple. And look, that's maxed out. I'm going to pause it here. That's maxed out.
I feel like we've seen this like once before.
Yeah.
When it was maxed out.
April is maxed out. April like 12. That's when we had 40 severe thunderstorm warnings in one day. That was the most we've had so far this year.
It was maxed out for May 26th.
Maxed out for May 26th. May 7th into the 8th. I don't think it was maxed out, but it was high. So this ain't looking so good. Huh.
Yeah, hold on. You're saying zoom in. I got to, in order to zoom in, you can't just put a pause point when
Yeah, we can just enter the graphic. Oh, we can put it in the show.
Yep. So you have to put it in the show. You have to go here, stand by. I'll do it. Then you have to go here, put a pause point. Now go back to it. Now I can zoom in. There you go. I think it's probably gonna.
I would say just enter the scene. And then just use the scene.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. And you can move it around. Look at that. Maxed out everywhere. So it's a good question. This is something we don't even describe, but energy helicity index, what it is it's basically you have ingredients for severe weather. But with tornadoes, you have wind shear and instability that are kind of the two main ones. So you have to have a source of lift. Have you ever heard of the thing SLIM? So you have basically moisture, lift, shear,
instability, and moisture.
Yep. So that's your SLIM, essentially your acronym. Shear is basically the amount of wind speed and direction change with height. So you're going to have that because in order to have a high energy helicity index, you have instability and helicity, which is the measure of shear, essentially. So the higher that number is, the more fuel and shear you have. If we look at CAPE, this will be the convective available potential energy. And you'll see that this will be high too. So right now there's no instability, which is why those storms are weak and not really doing much. If we look at this, as we go into our Sunday afternoon, the instability returns only for the river valley and eastern sections of northwest Arkansas. But I think that the majority of that is going to be basically in the river valley tonight. Then, as that low-level jet kicks in, that instability starts to return.
Now we're getting rapid daytime heating.
Rapid daytime heating, strong low-level shear, instability increase, the bulk of the energy swinging in, and then there's your storm potential. Someone had a question about the risk time. When is it going to be updated? The day two? The day two will be updated at 11:30. It used to be 12:30, but Ed, it's now 11:30 because daylight saving time's over. So basically what used to happen, you subtract an hour. So the times that the day one is updated is 13Z, 16:30, 20, 1Z. Which 1Z is the next day for them, but it's basically 7 o'clock for us, not 8 o'clock anymore. 7 o'clock in the evening. The day two outlook is updated at 6Z, which is midnight now. The day one is updated at 6Z. The day two is updated at 7, sometimes a little earlier. 7Z is 1 o'clock in the morning. So when we had to wait till 1 o'clock in the morning for the day one outlook, now it's 1 o'clock in the morning for the day two to be updated. So that's why that risk was updated this morning. Then at 11:30, that's when the new day 2 will be updated at 17:30 Z. So now you subtract 6 hours instead of 5 with the end of daylight saving time. And watch all this energy swinging in, man. It's big time. So after this, we're going to shut it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not used to pushing that. Oh,
I just hit it as soon as yeah.
Oh, we got out of the stream? No. So I'm gonna do a 48. I'm gonna do a last 24 hours loop on this, so you can see the energy moving in. So I'm just gonna kind of speed this up. There's the line coming through. There's additional storms popping up, so it's going to be multiple wave after wave, and now you're already seeing the additional energy swing in. So last look at the risk, and then we're going to shut it down because there's no more storms. I mean, this severe weather's gone, the lightning's gone, the rain's happening, but that's it. So there's a current look at the radar. So if you're driving to Northwest Arkansas, you're going to be fine. There will be some rain, but it's nothing super major. Then we look at the day 1 outlook. So this is included for the River Valley for this evening, as we showed you multiple times. The tornado threat is going to be mainly in the River Valley and Oklahoma again, as that energy moves in. The wind risk is going to be on a downhill trend as it comes through Northwest Arkansas, but keep in mind, we're still in the threat too. Large hail, probably not going to be an issue. The day 2 outlook, things start to get a little spicy as we have that enhanced risk. I would not be surprised in the least, looking at all these ingredients and everything, if we get upgraded to a moderate by tomorrow. Not at 11:30 this morning. They won't go moderate a day out. That doesn't happen. The tornado risk is there. Basically right over across eastern Oklahoma and comes into our area. I'm looking at the latest. I think this shifts east. So I think it's going to be right over our area, including eastern Oklahoma.
I think I would agree.
Yep. And then the wind risk is going to be pretty much right over us like it is. And then there's the hail risk, which is a little bit more than it was for tonight. And then you look at this. Nothing. It's gone. So election day will be fine. The energy moves out and the system lifts northward. So that's kind of a sign that it's becoming negative tilt. No more tornado watch. Probably that's expired here. I don't even think
it did
that's
expire
around.
a while ago.
Gone.
Still have the flood stuff.
So flood watch until 6 p.m. Monday. I think that's going to be extended.
That's going to go until 6 p.m. Tuesday. Well, 9 a.m. Tuesday.
You think?
Yeah. There's a ton of rain coming.
Yeah, I mean the
9 a.m. Tuesday.
The rain will be gone, but the flood will probably still be ongoing. Yeah. And then on top of that, to sum it all up, we have extremely heavy rain coming our way.
Right. Yep.
With all these waves of energy.
It's the sprinkles on top.
Yeah.
Except it won't be just sprinkling.
So the timing of the storms, we went through that, but basically it's right now with weakening storms. Then we got storms this evening around 7, 8 o'clock at the earliest, most likely close to 9, 10 o'clock. Yeah. Are you recording anything tonight?
Don't know. Probably. We always do.
Yeah. Like half the stuff on the weekends are recorded.
Oh wait, actually no. Tonight should be good.
Yeah, record Monday morning.
Fox is usually.
Yeah.
No.
Do you think there'll be any more super hot days?
No.
No. Yeah, I don't think so either. All right. Well, you're welcome, Sean. We'll keep you updated.
We'll go to the gym.
Zach will be here. Yeah, I'm gonna go to church.
I'm going back to bed.
Yeah.
That's my plan is go to the gym, get ready to go to church.
We'll watch everything. We'll keep you updated. We'll provide many more updates, but you're fine throughout the rest of the night. But yeah, we'll first of all, I got to fix this weather 3 thing, and I'm going to be doing that after we drop this stream. So, all right. Thanks for watching, guys. we will keep you safe. We'll keep you up to date with the latest. Many more updates coming, and so we'll catch you later. Bye. Hey,
That's it.
thank you, Peyton,
Oh,
for
yeah,
launching the
no
stream.
problem.
Shout out to Peyton for coming in and already having that puppy loaded. There wasn't anybody on the road when I came in. Zach, he's going to be covering the weather tonight. I'll be watching. I'll probably be coming in too, covering the severe weather in the River Valley with you. So, all right. Bye, guys. Take care. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.